Hello everyone. 쌤은 수학 강사 리즈쌤이에요. 자, 오늘은 Chapter 4, 드디어 New Chapter지 Trigonometric Function의 4.1 Angle Measures에 대해서 배워볼 거야. 어떤 부분은 이제 Algebra 2 때 이미 배웠던 내용들이 있을 건데 새로운 부분도 있어. Like Angular Velocity나 뭐 Linear Velocity 새로운 내용도 있기 때문에 쌤 저 이거 다 알아요 하고 넘어가 버리면 안 돼. 알겠지? 자, 4.1 Angle Measure 어떤 얘기냐? 우리가 앵글을 그릴 때 어디에 on the coordinate plane, how do we do it? Like certain way to draw the angle on the coordinate plane. 딱 룰이 있어. 너 마음대로 막 그리면 안 돼. 앵글을 그리고 싶은 대로. 그치? 자, 어떻게 그리라고? Angles in standard position. 앵글을 그리는 방법이 standard position인데 an angle, 앵글은 made up, 이런 거 geometry 했지? made up two rays, right? 네, 시작하는 그 ray를 뭐라 그래? Initial ray라고 하고 where the angle land를 terminal ray라고 하지. So the angle is made of one vertex, the point in the middle, 그리고 made of the two rays 이렇게 이루어졌는데 how do you draw it on the coordinate plane? 룰이 있어. With the vertex는 어디 때? It this points at the origin, always like that. And the initial side, the initial ray는 어떻게 돼야 돼? Always on the positive axis. That's the rule. 그리고 terminal ray는 it's based on like the angle이겠지, right? 근데 counterclockwise, 이쪽 방향이 counterclockwise. When you draw like a positive angle, you draw angle like counterclockwise direction. That's the positive angle. 그럼 going down, clockwise, 설마 시계가 어디로 도는지 모르는 거 아니야? Clockwise in this way is going down, right? Clocwise는 negative rotation. Got it? 그래서 어떻게 그려주냐? 자, 그래서 앵글을 먼저 그려볼까? So my angle is 35 degree. Alright? 어떻게 그린다고? Like the start from positive x-axis. 35 어딨어? It's in the first quadrant, right? 35 is a positive angle, right? So terminal ray가 lies in first quadrant. 그럼 we say the angle lies in first quadrant. Do you get it? 얘는 뭐라 그래? 그럼 second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant이지. Okay? Now, what about like 225? What do you think? 225은 어땠을까? 225. 자, start from like positive x-axis 여기 시작해서 it's more than 180. More than 180, right? 180는 like negative x-axis more than 180니까 your terminal rate lies in third quadrant. Do you get that? Third quadrant. So 225는 어디다 그래? Like the angle lies in third quadrant. 이렇게 말을 해. Alright? Now negative angle. negative 150를 그리래. negative 150. 자, negative angle은 what kind of like direction? Like what kind of like direction? 뭐였어? Clockwise is clockwise, going down, right? So negative 150, where is it? 150는 less than 180. 그래서 it does not touch like the negative x-axis, but how much less? 30 degrees less. So your angle lies in third quadrant. So negative 150도 in the third quadrant. Do you get it? This is like how you draw the angle in standard position. 이렇게 앵글을 그리는 거고. 자, co-terminal angles 이것도 배웠을 거야. co는 what does it mean? co, 막 co-workers, like co-teacher. co가 붙으면 뭐야? together. So terminal 이건 어디서 왔어? terminal ray에서 왔어. So the angles literally like as like telling you the angles that share terminal ray. 그러니까 terminal ray가 같은 건 뭐야? 그냥 congruent angle, 다 똑같은 앵글을 말하는 거야. 근데 angles like there are so many congruent angle, 다 같은 앵글이 너무 많아. coterminal 앵글이 사실 너무 많은데 two easy example 하면은 어떻게 하냐면 data에 plus minus 360 degree. 360 한 번 더 해주고 or like subtract 360. 지금 radian 아직 안 했으니까 I'm gonna do it later. 2 and pi는 나중에 할게. 아는 친구들은 360 equal to 2 and pi니까 뭐 2 pi n을 더하거나 빼거나. Alright? What I mean is coterminal angle. 이런 거지. coterminal angles. 많은데 for example like 30가 있다. Okay? 그럼 그려 우선 30가 어디 있어? It's in the first quadrant. This is like 30. 네. two easy example 어떻게 한다고? 30에다가 plus minus 360. 360를 더해봐. 그럼 390. How do you graph it? You go one revolution. One revolution is one spin. 한 번 돌아, right? 360는 one spin, right? And you come back here. 따라! They're equal each other. They share like terminal ray. 그 말은 그냥 같다. 390 actually equal to 30. 똑같은 거 아니야? Same angle, right? And then what about like 30에 minus 360 빼. Then negative 330, how do you grab the negative angle? You go down like clockwise direction. Clockwise, 이렇게 you start from here. This one is negative 330. Got it? So negative 330 basically like 30 degrees. They're equal each other. 다 같은 angle. So instead of that, we prefer like 30. 얘가 it's pretty easy, right? 얘는 좀 you have to think, right? When you draw it. 지만 they're all coterminal angle. 근데 너무 많아. So you can add a multiple of 360 or you can subtract multiple of 360. We can go like 3 spin and then come back here. Right? 이래도 되잖아. 그치? 많이 있지만 two easiest example은 you add a 360 or you subtract 360. 이게 coterminal angle. 어렵지 않았다. 근데 reference angle은 이것도 어렵지 않은데 너무 중요해. If you don't know this, you fail trigonometry. 그 정도로 중요한 게 reference angle. notation은 사실 뭐 딱히 없지만 theta is like given angle. 그러면 theta r 이라고 표현하기도 해. theta r 이렇게 reference angle of the given angle. theta를. Alright? So 그래서 definition이 뭔데? definition이 acute angle. And then formed by the terminal side with theta and like x-axis. 뭐 하나 더 추가하자면 acute angle인데 it must be positive. positive acute angle. It must be positive. 그러니까 무슨 내용이냐? 자, 이거 써볼까? 우리가 했던 거. 자, 35, 225, 막 negative 150 다 그려놨지. 네, reference angle of this는 made up 뭐야? x-axis and terminal rate. 근데 acute positive angle인데 Teacher 35 is already positive acute angle. What should I do? 그치. 얘가 그냥 reference angle. 똑같은 거야. It could be, right? 그래서 angle lies in first quadrant. 어떻게 돼? 그냥 positive acute angle, literally reference angle. The 225, it's like more than like 180. Definitely it's not acute reflex angle인데 but how do you find the reference angle? reference angle는 gap이라고 생각하면 돼. gap between x-axis and the terminal. This gap. 근데 it must be positive angle. 뭐 어떻게 돼? 여기서 225에 you subtract 180 빼면 되지, right? Which is 45. reference angle of 225는 45 degree구나, 45. 여기. Do you get it? The gap between the terminal ray and an x-axis. 얘도 reference angle 어떻게 구해? 여기 this gap. Alright. 그럼 어떻게 구해? negative 150인데 180 minus 150 하면 30지, 30. positive. 항상 reference angle positive. acute angle 30. Understand? 좀 더 뭐 다른 거 해볼까? 하나 더 해볼까? What about like 420? 420가 있어. 420. Okay? So 420는 like it's more than one revolution, right? So 360 plus what? 60 degree, right? So you go one spin and then you come back here, right? So what's the reference angle? Reference angle this gap. Understand? So 60 degree가 reference angle of 420. Got it? So reference angle의 definition은 이렇고. 자, degree and radian. 우리가 when we measure the length, there are so many different units. 막 meter도 있고, like feet to yard, like right? 킬로미터만 너무 많은데 for angle measure, so far we use just degree. degree만 많이 썼잖아. 근데 now there are two different measures for angle, degrees and radian. 근데 Precalculus에서는 우리가 좀 더 radian을 많이 쓰고 Precalculus 뭐야? Precalculus지. calculus는 뭐만 쓰겠어? 거의 radian만 써. degree는 안 나온다. 그래서 AP Calculus 테스트 볼 때는 모두가 딱 radian이어야 되는데 AP Precalculus는 우리가 지금 왔다 갔다 하잖아. like degree도 썼다가 radian도 썼다가 잘 봐야 돼. Is my given angle is degree or radian? 지금 왔다 갔다 해, AP Precalculus는. 어쩔 때는 앵글이 given in degree, right? 어쩔 때는 radian. 잘 봐야지. Okay, I'm gonna let you know later. How do you change like degree mode to radian mode on calculator? 지금 나중에 이제 calculus 테스트 때는 우리가 진짜 radian만 쓴다. 지금은 now we're converting. You have to know how to convert from degree to radian. 바꾸는 법을 알아야 되는데 radian이 뭔데? How do we measure the angle in radian? circle 있어. central angle 이렇게 like the arc가 있지. And then radius is r, central angle is theta. length of arc를 we usually use s for length of arc. Okay? The angle를 measure 할 때 radian은 we measure the angle using ratio. What kind of ratio? Arc length over radius. That's how we measure the angle. Arc length over radius. 이렇게 하는데 and what about like arc length of the whole circle? Arc length of the whole circle은 circumference라고 하지. Like perimeter of the whole circle. 설마 이거 모르는 친구 없지? Circumference, what's that? 2 pi r. 이건 상식. 다 아는 거. 막 프리스쿨 다니는 애들도 다 아는 거. 그치? 2파이 r. 2파이 r divided by r. 이게 뭐야? 2파이. 이게 뭐라고? theta. angle. arc length over radius가 2파이나 2파이가 뭐야? central angle이지 central angle. 2파이가 central angle인데 equal to 360. One spin, one revolution은 360, right? So 2pi radian. 근데 radian이 confusing한 게 이유가 뭐냐면 유닛이 없어. Like degree는 there is a degree bubble clearly right next to that, right? This is 옆에 바로 degree bubble 있지. 근데 radian은 2pi라고만 해. radian 쓰기도 해. RAD. 근데 안 써도 돼. radian은. 그래서 we usually don't write the units for radian. 그럴 경우는 angle given radian. Okay? degree bubble 있어. 그러면 like degree. It's like sometimes you given 2, sometimes given 2 degree bubble 이렇게. 그럼 얘는 given in degree. First one은 in radian. Do you get it? So how do you convert that? 2 pi radian is 360 right now. 그럼 pi, 너희가 외워야 될 거는 pi radian. divide by 2 해, 양쪽에. 그럼 pi radian equal to 180 degree. 이걸 외워야지. pi radian equal to 180 degree. 그럼 1 radian은 divide by pi. Okay? And what about like 1 degree? Divide by 180. Pi over 180 radian like this. Understand? 물어볼게 이제 쌤이. Converting 하는 거. 자, so like 앵글이 주어졌는데 이번엔 180 degree야? How do you change to radian? 방금 했지? 180가 뭐였어? Pi radian. We start from it. 그럼 90 degree 뭐겠어? 90는 half of 180. 그럼 데다가 pi over 2 radian. Do you get it? What about 30? 30는 1/6 of 180. 그러니까 pi over 6 like that. What about 45? What do you think? 45는 half of 90니까 pi over 4 like this. Got it? And then what about 225 then? 225는 5 times 45. Okay, convert it like this. Then 데다가 in radian, 5 pi over 4. Alright. What about? Then like 2 radian 이번에는. 너무 어려워졌나? 알았어. 그러면 우선은 I'm gonna start from pi over 3 radian. 이게 radian을 주어지고 이제 now you have to convert to the degree. Alright? 그럼 pi가 뭐라고? 180 degree. 180 over 3 which is 60 degree 이렇게 되는 거야. Okay? 근데 2야. just 2 radian. There's no like 이건 degree가 아니야. radian이면 what should I do? 1 radian 아까 뭐라 그랬어? 180 degree over pi 얘가 conversion, right? Pi radian equal to 180 degree. So you have to multiply. 곱해야지. 그러니까 2 times 180 over pi like this. That's how you convert it. Then we have to use a calculator. Calculator 쓸 수밖에 없어. So 2 times 180, 360, right? 360 divided by pi. This is actual pi. We need a exact value of pi. There you go. So 이렇게 pi 하면 Control Enter. Hey, Control Enter. Then you get 114.59. That's the degree. 114.59. So we can convert the radian without the pi to degree how using this conversion. 180 over pi. Got it? 어렵지 않다. We can do this. 이번에는 length of arc, area of sector. You know this, right? Length of arc is not equal to measure of arc. Measure of arc라는 거는 만약 여기에 A가 있고 여기가 C가 있어. Measure of arc는 central angle인데 arc length or length of arc는 literally this, you know, circular trace. 이걸 구하는 거야. Length of arc는 we usually use S, right? So 아까 where it come from? That equal R over S over R였지. The ratio. That's how we define the radian, right? 그래서 S를 이렇게 그려도 R times theta 이렇게 풀어도 되고 So the formula is R times theta 따라야 될 건 뭐야? 이 너의 theta가 in like radian일 때 When your angle given radian, you can use R theta for length of R. Then what about teacher? The central angle is not given in radian. degree로 줬어. What was it? 2 pi R. 이거 했지? 2 pi R. Circumference multiply the length of R proportional to the central angle. So central angle x degree over 360. 이거. This is it. You can use that. 그래서 how do you change to this to radian? radian을 바꾸면 2 pi R x 대신에 theta. When angle given radian, we can use like theta for it. 316 radian. 뭐야? 2 pi. So cross out R theta. They're equivalent. There are two formulas for length of R. 두 개가 있지만 얘는 first one은 when the x가 given in degree. You go for it. 2 pi r times x over 360. The second one은 뭐야? r theta. Super easy. 그거 for this case, data가 in radian일 때. 잘 봐야 돼. 그 data의 like the unit measure of the angle. Alright? Next one is the area of sector. Area of sector 뭐야? Area, literally area of that. This one also proportional to the central angle. central angle에 달렸는데 area of circle 뭐야? You know this area of circle? Pi r square, right? When the central angle given in degree, 어떻게 쓴다고? x degree over 360 이렇게. When you convert to the radian, 어떻게 바꿔? 360 is like 2 pi. 얘가 2 pi잖아. Replace it. 2 pi replace 하면 cancel pi 1 over 2 r square. Instead of x, you use theta. 1 over 2 r square theta가 area of sector. 언제? 너의 theta가 in radian일 때. degree면 my central angle given in degree, pi r square, x over 360. 둘 다 알아야 되는데 쌤이 왜 이건 안 적으셨어? 이런 애들. 이거 당연히 알았잖아. Like algebra 1, 뭐 algebra 2 때 당연히 나온 거 아니야? Geometry. 얘는 역사가 깊은 애들. 이건 something new. Maybe something new. S is r theta. A is like 1 over 2 r square theta. Okay? 이건 진짜 totally new야. You never learned about it before. Alright. So circular motion이 뭐냐면 이제 너의 포인트가 particle, like really small dot의 particle이라는데 particle is moving on a circular track. 왜냐면 we are talking about the 지금 circle 얘기하고 있잖아. length of bar, right? 근데 velocity, 그냥 linear velocity는 우리 velocity 어떻게 구해? Total distance divided by time, right? Time elapsed 아니야? 똑같아. So velocity인데 the distance over time을 linear velocity라 그래. 근데 delta x는 뭐야? Change in distance 어디서? Circular distance. 그러니까 when you find a distance, we have to use 2 pi r 이런 거 찾아야겠지. 2 pi r. It's like 이렇게 지나가고 있으니까, right? 아니면 뭐야? S가 r theta 써야지. It's like circular distance, okay? 2 pi circumference나 아니면은 r theta. So delta x는 change in like circular distance divided by change in time. 이게 linear velocity. We use a v for it. Unit은 대부분 like feet per second, miles per hour, meters per minute. 이런 거 converting 하는 것도 할 줄 알아야 돼, right? 설마 알겠지? 1 mile. 이것도 상식이긴 한데 1 mile equal to how many feet? 5,280 feet. 적어놔. 모르면 적어놔. 이게 상식이라 쌤이 이걸 안 적어놨거든? 이거 적어놔. Alright. So what about 1 yard? 또 feet으로 3 feet. 그럼 1 feet in how many inches? Like 12 inches. 뭐 당연히 아는 거지? 그치? Alright. So angular velocity 뭐냐면 as the name said, we focus on how the angle rotate, how fast, 뭐 how slow angle rotate, respect to time. 그래서 유닛이 어떻게 되냐면 revolution per minute인데 abbreviation revolution per minute를 RPM이라고 적어. 그래서 RPM 나오면 너네가 막 이게 radian이에요, revolution. RPM 나오면 revolution이야, revolution. revolution이 뭔데? one spin 이렇게 한 번 도는 거. 오케이? 그러니까 2파이가 사실 radian, one revolution when you convert to the angle, 2pi radian이겠지? Do you get it? Alright. So radian per second, and what's our abbreviation for the rad? 이렇게 RAD, radian per second. 이렇게 써. So RPM은 like R은 stand for revolution, okay? And degrees per hour. degree 나오기도 해, okay? So what's the units like the notation for angular velocity? We use like Greek letter omega, W and omega거든. Omega, this is angular velocity, change in angle over change in time. That's the formula. Got it? Now let's solve the problem together. 4.1.1 example. Convert following angles from degree to radian. 할 수 있지. 뭘 이용해서? pi radian이 equal to 180 degree. 이거 이용해서, right? 그럼 90는 half of 180. 그럼 pi over 2. Alright? 혼자 해봐. 알겠지? Solve it. Next question. 270. How do you do? Then 얘는 how many? 90는 like 3 times 90. So 3 times pi over 2. So 3 pi over 2. Got it? What about 60? 60 is start from 180. 1/3 of 180, so pi over 3 radian. 225는 5 times 45 degree, okay? So like 5 times pi over 4, 45 degree는 pi over 4니까, right? negative 175 degree. 뭔가 이거는 잘 모르겠어. 그러면 이거 pi radian이 180 degree. So 1 degree equal to what? Pi over 180. 이거 곱하면 되지. So like negative 175 over 180 pi인데 자, we can divide by both of them by 5으로 해볼까? Divisible by 5, right? 3, 5. The 5 times 3 is 15, 6. There you go. So negative 35 over 36 pi. 얘가 radian angle of negative 175. Okay? 자, next one is 4.1.2 example은 reversing the other way around. Convert the following angle from radian to degree this time. degree로 바꾸래. 그럼 뭐라고? pi radian이 180 degree. So pi over 4는 아까 뭐였어? pi over 4는 45 degree times 5는 225. 이거 많이 나오네. Alright. And the 2 times pi over 3, 2 times pi over 3가 뭐였어? pi over 3. 60 degree. 2 times 60는 120. Alright. 120 degree. There are more. Two more. 7 over 5 pi인데 7 times pi가 뭐야? 180 over 5. What you got? 이게 뭐야? 36. So 36 times 7. 2. 4. Hold on. 4. Yeah. So 252 degree 이렇게 되는 거지. Got it? Alright. So 250 degree. And the next one is, this one we need to calculate. 얘는 calculator allowed. 없으면 못 풀지. Why? This is a radian인데 no pi. 풀 수 있어. Why? So like 1 radian은 뭐라고 아까? 180 degree over pi. 이거를 you plug it in, replace it. Because there is a radian, 1.346 radian. So 1.346 times 180 over pi. 파이가 이미 계산된 거라고 생각하면 돼. So using calculator 해볼까? What do you got? 1.346 times 180 over pi. There you go. So control enter. Then we got 77.120. 77.120 degree. Like that. Got it? Alright. So move on. 4.1.3 example. 얘는 뭐냐면 draw the data in standard form. 할 수 있지? The negative angle이면 the angle rotate clockwise direction going down인데 it's more than 180. 이렇게 생각해도 돼. 0. 얘는 뭐겠어? 그러면 negative 9이겠지. negative angle. For negative 180. What about that? Positive like y-axis become 90 degree도 맞는데 in negative angle, as a negative angle, negative 270. Do you get it? Negative 270. 90. Do you get it? Alright. Negative 그럼 265. Where is it? It's on the second quadrant. 이렇게 like that 이렇게 그려줘야 돼. Right? So data equal what? Negative 265 degree. Standard form. I did it. 자, B는 find the reference angle that are. reference angle 뭐라고? The gap between. 선생님 이제 뭔가 이게 이 갭을 찾고 싶게 생겼잖아. 근데 이게 아니고 what's the definition? You have to always solve by definition. 뭐지? The angle made of like terminal rate x-axis. This gap. 이 갭을 찾는 거야. How do you do? 265에 뭘 빼면 돼? 180를 빼면 되겠지. 그냥 빼. 네기티브 없이. Because we are looking for positive acute angle. Right? 빼면 5. 85. Perfect. So 85 degree가 reference angle. 얘가 이 갭의 85였다. coterminal angle A coterminal. 그러니까 하나만 찾으면 돼. The easiest one is 그냥 더해. 뭐를? 360. 360 더해. 쌤 이거 말고도 더 있잖아. 더 있지. 막 minus 360 해도 돼. 아니면 you can add a multiple of 360 해도 돼. Okay? So 나는 I'm gonna find one coterminal angle니까 그냥 더하는 거. The easiest one, right? So 360 더하면 what happened? 5. Bring the 10 here. 95. So 95 degree 이겠지. I just find this angle. 95 degree. Okay. So that's a coterminal. 자, 4.1.4 이건 어떤 내용이냐? On Earth, satellites in circular orbit 돈대. 자, like 돌아. The Earth, circular orbit. 125, 1,000이지? 1,250 kilometers high. 위에 이 Earth의 surface of Earth로부터 120 왜 그러는 거야? 1,250 kilometers high. Make a one complete revolution은 뭐라 해서 one spin. 한 바퀴 돌았대. One spin 따라 like this. 이렇게 돌았어. And then every 돌았는데 every 90 minutes. 뭔가 velocity 지금 velocity를 주고 있지. Angular velocity, right? So what is a linear speed? Linear speed을 물어본 거야. Kilometers per second. And then 6,400 kilometers for the radius. 그러니까 radius 필요하니까 좋겠지. 이게 뭐라고? 6,400 kilometer. Then what we need is like radius of the satellites, right? So what's the radius of the satellite? Like we have to add them. So when you add them, it's like 7,650 kilometer. Okay? So 이렇게 돌아. Then how do you find it? 우선 you given like the one complete revolution like every 90 minutes. 이만 한 번 돈대 like every 90 minutes. I mean, we can find out circumference 구할 수 있지. That's the distance, circular distance, right? 2 pi what? R이지 R. 7,650, right? 근데 divide by 90 하면 돼요. 어떻게 돼? One revolution 도는데 every 90 minute니까 this is gonna be what? Kilometer per minute 됐어. Do you understand? This is like linear velocity right now. Because 2 pi, one, like a distance of one spin is 2 pi r. That is 7,650. The divide by 90. 왜냐면 이 spin every 90니까 divide by 90 해야 we get the velocity, right? The kilometer per minute인 줄 알았는데 per second. second마다 얼마나 도네? 그럼 what should I do? 1 minute이 60 seconds이지. 60 seconds. So minute에 replaced by 60. 그래서 you multiply 60 in denominator. 그럼 what's my unit? 킬로미터에서 per seconds가 됐어. Do you get it? 자, let's use the calculator all of it. 이제 calculator 필요하지? 다 곱해. 2 pi times 7,650 divide by 90. You open bracket, you need a bracket because I have to multiply these two numbers first, alright? Then control enter 하면 8.901 kilometer per second. unit 중요해. kilometer per minute 이렇게 물어볼 수도 있고 per second, who knows, right? So 잘 봐야지. Next question. 4.1.5 앵글이 줬어. Oh, we can graph it. 3 pi over 2, where is it? It's like that. 이렇게. Right? 270 degree네. Create a sector. 이거 central 앵글이 지금 3 pi over 2. Sector having 6 pi square units of it. 그래서 area of sector 줬어. 6 pi. What are the radius and length of subtended arc? 그러니까 length of arc랑 radius 구하라는데 our central angle, my central angle given in radian right now. So you have to use this formula 1/2 r squared. Data, what's my data? 3 pi over 2. We can find the r right away using this formula. pi 없애주고 what do you got? divide by 3 하면 2. Got it? And then 1/4 r squared. What's r squared? R squared는 like 8인데 r은 그러면 positive number. Square root of 8. You get it? 2 root 2. You get radius. What about like length of r? R data. That's the formula for length when center angle given in radian. Okay. So r은 2 root 2 times 3 pi over 2. Then 3 root 2 pi. 얘가 length of r. subtended r. 이거 구했고 radius도 구했어. Got it? It's just like applying formulas. 자, 4.1.6는 뭐냐? 자, typical automobile tire. Tire has a radius. Tire는 당연히 circular tire지. circle인데 radius가 14이래. 14 inches. 이런 unit도 진짜 중요하지. unit 중요해. radius가 있는데 14 inches 저거 unit matter. So suppose that a car with this size tire traveling on a highway 55 miles per hour. 얘는 linear velocity를 준 거야. 55 miles per hour, right? velocity지. angular speed을 구해. From there, angular speed of a tire, radians per second. 이 angular speed을 구할 때 먼저 radian per second 구하기 전에 revolution을 먼저 그래. How many revolution you have to travel this much? 이거를 travel 하려면 얼마나 이 타이어가 돌아야 되냐? 근데 유닛이 지금 달라. 얘는 인치고 얘는 miles란 말이야. 그럼 you have to convert to the miles to inches first. 그게 that's the first step. 자, 1 mile 뭐라고? 1 mile은 5,280 feet. 이거 1 feet은 12 inches. We need that. So let's convert it. 55 miles니까 55 times 5,280 feet까지 왔어. feet. Alright? 그럼 1 feet이 12 inches times 12. 그러면 inches per hour까지 왔어. Do you get it? Now still it's a linear velocity. How do you change to angular velocity? divide by. 얘를 어떻게 해야 돼? divide by. revolution. 얼마나 revolution이냐. One revolution, what's the distance of one revolution? 뭐야? 2pi r이지. 2pi r. 2pi times 14 이게 circumference, right? To find a revolution, 2pi times 14. 이제 어떻게 됐어 얘가? 오메가가 됐어. And the unit이 revolution per hour가 됐어. revolution per hour. How many times like the tire spin to travel this per hour? hour마다. 이해됐어? 아직 한번 we have to convert the revolution을 to radian. one revolution 아까 뭐라고 revolution은 equal to 2pi radian. 뭐 어떻게? radian 2pi를 곱해야지. 2pi를 곱해. to change to radian. 그래서 now radian 어떻게 해서 per hour still hour to second 바꿔야지. 1 hour. How many seconds? 3,600 seconds지. 이거 모르는 친구 없지. Like 뭐냐면 1 hour, like 60 minute, 1 minute 60니까 6 times 60, right? 3,600 seconds니까 어떻게? Divided by 3,600 there. Okay? So 그럼 따라 이제 나 어떻게 됐어? It become radian per seconds가 됐어. Alright. I can cancel 2pi. 이건 없앨 수 있어. Then what do you do? 55 times 5,280 times 12 divide by 뭐야? 14 times 3,600. Let's solve it using calculator. 또 type it in calculator. So 55 times 5,280 times it was like 12 times 14 times 3,600. Okay? So like control enter, then we get 69.143. So 69.143. 유닛이 뭐라고? Radian per second. So 항상 be careful of the unit. Alright. Revolution per second를 물어볼 수도 있어. Okay? So that's the still angular velocity. 자, last one for today. The last but not the least, 4.1.7은 뭐냐? Still like, yeah, angular velocity, 뭐 linear velocity 얘긴데 circular blade, 또 circle이야, circle. On a saw has a diameter up. 우리는 radius를 많이 쓰는데 그치, radius 구해. Half of 7.5, what you got? 3.75이지. unit을 써놔야 돼, inches구나. Rotates at 2,000, 또 angular velocity 줬어 지금. 2,400 revolution per minute. 이거 줬어, angular velocity. 근데 또 물어보네. 뭐를? angular speed를 또 물어봤어. angular velocity is given. 유닛이 다르네. 유닛만 다르게 해주면 되지. 2,400 revolution이면 how do you convert to the radian? multiply. 2pi 곱해야지. 그래서 1 revolution equal to 2pi radian. 그래서 어떻게 됐어? 이제 radian이 됐는데 per minut인 거야. Then how do you change to second? divide by 60 해야지. divide by 60. Then revolution, radian per second가 됐어. 오메가 radian per second. simplify. cancel. 그래서 40 times 2pi. 80네. 80pi. 80pi radian per second. 뭐 calculator 이용해도 되고 using calculator then 뭐가 80pi니까 80pi. Come on, pi. I need a pi. Control 251.327. 얘가 뭐냐면 80pi가 251.327 radian per second. Alright, this is the answer for A. The B는 linear speed of the saw T's feet per second. feet per second을 구하래. Alright. 지금 우리는 2,400 revolution per minute이지. 이만큼 돈다는 거야. 그치? 그럼 how do you find like a linear, like total distance of 2,400 revolution? 2pi r을 곱해주면 되겠지. Then we get the circular distance. r이 뭔데? 3.75 inches. Okay? 그래서 어떻게 되냐면 이제 now inches per minute이 됐어. inches, because revolution per minute이니까. Okay? But how do you change inches to feet? 어떻게 바꿔? 1 foot이 12 inches니까 1 inches는 divide 1 over 12. So like divide by 12. 어떻게 됐다고? 이제 feet per minute. feet per minute이 됐는데 you have to convert the minute, 1 minute을 또 second, 60 second. So divide by 60. There you go. And feet per second가 됐다. feet per second. Okay? 그래서 like let's solve multiply all of it. 다 곱해볼까? 우리가 24,000 times what was it? 24,000 like 2 pi times 2 pi times 3.75 divided by 60. 12 times 60. 12 times. Alright. Then you get 78.5398이니까 78.540 이렇게 쓰면 되겠다. 78.540 유닛 뭐야? feet per second 이 됐어. 그래서 linear velocity, angular velocity, little bit tricky. 왜 tricky해? You just learn it, so you just need to practice. 하다 보면 if you practice a lot, drill it, you're gonna be better. Okay? 너무 잘했어. Way to go. See you guys next time.